Hello, this is Rad from RADACAD. In this video, I'm going to talk about Microsoft Fabric. You might have heard about it in a build announcement by Arun, Amir, and others in the Power BI and Microsoft Data Analytics team, or you might have heard about it. You wonder what it is, why it is important for you, why you should care about Microsoft Fabric. So let's talk about it. This video is not showing any demos or anything like that. It is just talking about what is Microsoft Fabric. Let's jump into the topic. So Microsoft announced this new, let's say, tool or service, whatever you might call it, called Microsoft Fabric, which is the core of data intelligence platform in Microsoft now, in build like just today. So let's talk about what it is. To understand what is Fabric, let's first understand how, as a data analytics developer, data analytics manager, data analytics practice lead, anyone who is working with the data analytics, how do you really build an analytics project? In an analytics project, you have different parts of doing a data analytics. You would use some technologies to visualize the data, such as Power BI, some technologies to model the data. Again, this can be Power BI or it can be Azure Analysis Services. You might use a technology to store the data, like large scale data in a storage, like a Synapse technology, or you might use Azure SQL database. You might use Data Lake for the storage of some of the unstructured data. You might use some technologies for machine learning, such as Azure Databricks or Azure Machine Learning Services. You might use some other technologies to bring some more compute into this, such as HD Insights, clusters. In addition to these, if you want to do some data transformations, you might use Dataflows, or you might use Azure Data Factory using Microsoft Purview for the governance of it. The picture that you see right now in here is just a glance of view of these tools in the analytics space, not in the machine learning space or not even in the database space. If we have all of those in one picture, it would be more than 30 different tools and services, and this is just in Microsoft area. If we look at AWS, if we look at other vendors, you'll have like hundreds of different tools and services. They each do a different thing. As a data analytic, as someone who is in the data analytics world, you need to understand these, and these are quite a lot of things to understand, especially when it comes, for example, to challenges such as licensing. Each of these has a different licensing plan. Some of these has a big complex licensing structure themselves, such as Azure Synapse. It's quite a complex licensing structure for that. So as a data analytics person, one of the challenges in your job would be understanding each of these and understanding how to combine these together, understanding the details of their licensing and things like that, to be able to then go and build a data analytics project. So part of your job is going to be already consumed with figuring out how to work with these technologies. Now, Microsoft Fabric came for simplicity. Actually, the team that built this are the team that worked on Power BI beforehand. So Power BI first came to simplify things. Before that, we could build BI projects, but it was much, I would say, more complex way of doing it. Now with Power BI, everyone can do that. It actually enables everyone to do that. Now, Microsoft Fabric is coming for the same scenario, for making it simplified rather than thinking about all different tools, all different services, which one should I use, which one should I not use, what should I do. Now you just use Microsoft Fabric. Now, what is Microsoft Fabric? Microsoft Fabric is basically an umbrella on top of three main tools and services in Microsoft, which is Azure Synapse and Power BI and Azure Data Factory. Combined version of these builds Microsoft Fabric, which then has different workloads in it. Like we have a workload for data integration, a workload for data engineering, data warehousing, data science, real-time analytics, Power BI. They are all using a storage system called OneLake. And then Azure Purview or Microsoft Purview would be used for the governance around it. So it's basically an umbrella on top of all of these. Now you might say, well, having this umbrella, what is the really usage of something like this? If you look at this from Power BI point of view, Power BI was an umbrella on top of Power View, Power Query, and Power Pivot at some point before bringing them all under one umbrella, calling it Power BI and building Power BI service as a place to host all of these in one place. Power BI projects wasn't that much successful. After this umbrella of Power BI, you see such a huge success of that. So this Microsoft Fabric is also coming with that promise. So what you get in the box with Microsoft Fabric is the storage, OneLake, which is kind of, let's say, next generation of Azure Data Lake, but a different, with a lot of different changes in it. The data integration part, which can be used Data Factory or Dataflows or Azure Synapse pipelines. Some of these are actually already available. Some of these will be available later. The data engineering component of that, which uses the Synapse data engineering, the data warehousing part of it would use Synapse again, data science, Synapse, real-time analytics, Synapse. As you see, a lot of components here are used by Synapse. The business intelligence part of it, of course, would be Power BI. Data Activator is the new platform which is announced in the build. It's not available for public preview yet, but look out for news for that. It's a great action platform. And then finally, we have governance using Microsoft Purview. Just a quick, let's say, brief overview of each of these, because this video is not about going and showing you a full demo of Microsoft Fabric. It is mainly just explaining what is in it. So the storage, which is OneLake. OneLake basically is just main storage for your data lake. For many years, people are talking about using a data lake technology, or some of organizations already using data lake technologies for their structured data, unstructured data. The idea for the data lake is to be the data lake, the place that you store all the information of the organization. But that is not what really happening. Every organization builds some of the data in the data lake, then they go and build another domain, a different data lake on that, or a different region, they will go and build a different data lake. Now with OneLake, the structure is built in a way that you just need one. You wouldn't have more than one lake. It's one data lake across the entire of your domain, across multiple regions. Microsoft manages that structure in a way that you would have one logical layer, that you would have access to all of these data in that one lake. And this is pretty much the storage that all other technologies are going to use for this. Power BI would read from it, the Azure Data Factory can store the data in it, and the Synapse would use it. The data integration component, for many years, Microsoft has been using three different components for data integration: the Azure Data Factory, Dataflows, which were part of Power Query Dataflows, and then also the pipelines in Synapse. Now, with Microsoft Fabric, these technologies are coming together. The Synapse pipelines are not yet there, but the Azure Data Factory and Dataflows are getting closer to each other. Azure Data Factory is for situations that you want to ingest data, like billions of rows of data, when you want scalability, and Dataflows are for situations that you want to have a really powerful transformation engine, which is easy to use. Now these are going to be combined together, and in Microsoft Fabric, they are gradually going to be combined into one platform. So in the preview options that you would see, you would be able to have these different options to try. Synapse brings a data engineering component as well. As a data engineer, you might want to be able to load the data using Synapse pipelines. Of course, that is part of the data engineering, but then you want to store it in a format that you want to then query on top of it. You want to analyze these data. You want to do some, let's say, anything that a data engineer would do. These are all part of the Synapse, which is now integrated in Microsoft Fabric. So when I say these are integrated in Microsoft Fabric, basically it means that it is one environment that you go and build it. It's one place, one web application that you go and build it. You don't have to go to Azure portal to build part of it and then go to Power BI portal to build another part of it. Synapse also brings the data warehousing components, and data warehousing basically means when you want to store the data at scale. Because you can have data warehouse with a really small size tables. For something like that, you might not need Synapse, but Synapse brings you the scalability that you have a really big compute power behind the scene, that you can have it scale up, scale down. You don't have to worry about it. It all happens behind the scene. You can run your SQL queries. The performance engine behind the scene will take care of scaling up and scaling down the compute to give you some response to it. You can also run data science codes on top of it, like Python code or any code for machine learning using ML flow or your machine learning algorithms, calling cognitive services, Azure notebooks. They are all integrated part of this experiment again. Synapse also has the real-time analytics engine, which uses the Events Hub, IoT Hub, any other component of streaming, which then can be used to store data again in the OneLake, and then the real-time analytics on top of it, which can use Power BI or some other components to visualize it as well. And of course, we have Power BI as part of this component. Power BI itself has grown quite a lot in the past few years. It is hard to not have heard about Power BI. It's a technology that is powerful for visualizing the data, analyzing the data. Now with Power BI, there are some more updates coming in to work better with the other components of Microsoft Fabric. For example, Power BI will have a new connection mode called Direct Lake, which is something like Direct Query, but I would say more faster than Direct Query. It connects directly to the OneLake and it shows the data to you. So Direct Lake would have combined version of Direct Query to the OneLake, plus importing some of the data, which give you really good performance out of your Microsoft Fabric's data. And Data Activator, which I can't say much about it. It's a component it's a tool for actioning, triggering an action based on data points, which Will Thompson was working on it for a while, and it is going to be a great tool. So we'll wait for this to come out of preview and you'll see what it looks like out of private preview, I mean. And the whole governance around this Microsoft Fabric is provided using Purview. You might have already used it in Power BI space using some sensitivity labels and some other functionalities around it. Now this Purview would cover the entire Microsoft Fabric area. So basically this Microsoft Fabric will bring everything together. You would have one platform, of one portal to go and build all of these components. They would be all part of your workspace. When you create a workspace, you would be able to create a Power BI dataset, a Dataflow, Azure Data Factory, or you can go even build an ML flow for your machine learning, have a data warehouse, your data lake house. They are all sitting inside your workspace. So all the security and things around it would be covered through that workspace. You don't have to be worried about the licensing. This video is not about the licensing, but the licensing is across the whole Microsoft Fabric. You don't have a separate license for a data factory, then separate license for real time, or Azure Synapse. You would have one licensing plan for all of these, which you can use at different stage of your project. For example, at the beginning of your project, you can use most of that for your data integration, where at the end of your project, this can be mostly used towards the data analytics part of it. So this is not really just an umbrella. This is quite a lot of enhancement around how we would use this structure, and it would enable a lot of people to use these tools at a much easier way. So that is my 2 cents. I think this is a great combined service offering from Microsoft. I think this is going to be a big service offering in the future, and I think I would definitely recommend someone to go and work with it, play with it. At the moment of publishing this video, it is preview, so you can go and play with it and see how it is. I'll have other videos to explain some of the steps as well. We'll go more into the technical sides of it, and I hope you go and enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have weekly videos on Power BI and data analytics subjects such as Microsoft Fabric. Until the next video, bye.